Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Kokorogawari, and we are here telling Whoa, why is the log all the way up there? Koga! Oh, I keep thinking it's Kogaya, I don't know why. Koga here, why we have not drawn our beautiful painting yet. Simple is good sometimes as well. That could be so. Why are you following me, by the way? You're going to the club now, aren't you? Let's go together. I want to avoid talking to him as much as I can, but your silence means no. Even if I said no, you would follow me anyway. You're not wrong. Guys, this can actually exist? By the way, oh yeah, by the way, why are you heading there so early? I want to speak to Tatsuno-sensei first. Tatsuno-sensei? He went to Tibet, remember? It's going to be someone else starting today. Oh no, that completely slipped my mind. I forgot actually, I was too fixated on asking Tatsuno-sensei about my piece. Well, he announced it so suddenly, I don't really blame you. Having club lessons without Tatsuno-sensei is so unthinkable. I wonder why he didn't tell us beforehand. From what he told me, he had been pottering for 2 weeks and only decided a day before because he found a trustworthy replacement, which is a new teacher. I guess so. You know who it is? Nope, but Tatsuno-sensei did say he's very good at what he does, didn't he? I hope he is. I'm sure he'll be a geezer with a long list of achievements behind him. I wonder what he's good at. Hopefully not clay work, or we'll be doing a lot more of that. You really don't like clay work, huh? I don't. Well, we're here, so time to see if your nightmare comes true or not. Comes true or not. As Koga opened the door, our gaze turned to a man standing in front of the glass display cabinet. Oh, hello, it is him. Staring intently through the glass door of the cabinet, it was clear that he was evaluating the pieces displayed inside, appearing as if he had not noticed as he took a step towards the right and continued gazing thoughtfully at the art pieces. After a few seconds of silent observation, he murmured something to himself. Beside me, Koga whispered, "This is our new club teacher. He isn't even Japanese, is he? He could be just a guest? He kind of resembles the guy I saw in the health gadgets shop the other day. Is he? But surely he can't be. I'll just greet him anyway. Good afternoon." Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sorry, I had to sound unhappy. Upon hearing greeting, the man turned towards us with a smile. "Hello, art club students." He spoke in a slightly accented Japanese, and Koga could not contain his surprise. "You're speaking Japanese, and you're not a geezer." The man replied in a sharp tone upon hearing Koga's rude remarks. "My name is Gilliam." Gilliam? Gilliam, I'm assuming. Gilliam Matisse, if that's what you're wondering. Oh, pardon me. Gaia, you're really not Japanese. Oh, so it's Gilliam? That I will tell you when the others are here, and if my name is too difficult to pronounce, just call me Sensei. Yes, I'm Koga Shinichi. Nice to meet you. Oh, Koga, the leader of the club. Nice to meet you. And this lady here? Nice to meet you. I'm Matsubayashi Asami. You look familiar. Have I seen you somewhere before? It really is him. What? The first thing you do is hit on her? What is Koga saying? That wasn't my intention, but I'm sorry. I didn't know she was your girlfriend. Huh? I'm not. Oh, so you're not. Then I retract my apology. Poor boy. Oh my god! What? Nothing. What did you mean by her looking familiar? Exactly what I said. I know I've seen her somewhere. That is a pickup line. Why didn't you ask her then? As expected with Koga, he breaks the ice with people quickly. But these two are getting off track. I'd better stop them before the other comes in and chance... The others come in and chance upon this bizarre situation of the club leader and a foreigner talking about pickup lines. Agree that you've seen him before. Why freaking lie? Stop it, Koga, I've seen him. What? So it really wasn't meant to be a pickup line? That's what I've been trying to say. Fine. But where did you see him? in town last week. He was looking for a microwave. Oh, now I remember. Yes, I was. Thank you again for the other day. Not at all. I hope you found what you were looking for. I definitely found the microwave, but I was completely lost to the government office the next day. I'm sorry, I must have given you the wrong directions. No, not at all. I wasn't lost on my way to the government office, but at the government office. Why so? You speak Japanese fine. Well, after getting a queue ticket and being attended to, I was told that I couldn't register there since I didn't stay in the area. Oh right, I just pointed him to the nearest government office, assuming that he's staying in the area. I'm sorry, I assumed you stayed in town. Please don't apologize, it wasn't your fault, since you wouldn't known where I stayed. I hope you end up finding the right one. I did. Thankfully, I managed to contact Nok-chan to help me out. Nok-chan, who's that? The teacher whom I am replacing, Tatsuno Hitoshi. Nok-chan was Tatsuno Sensei's nickname? Nok-chan? That's some naming sense you have there. I've been calling him that since I was a child. He goes back a long way with my mother. But it kind of fits Tatsuno Sensei, actually. He's so mild-mannered. That's true, actually. I can imagine Tatsuno Sensei surrounded by children calling him Nok-chan. Or Nok-chan, I'm not sure. Which reminds me, that must be why Tatsuno Sensei had to leave early on the day of the farewell party. Alright, now that you mention it. Party, I'm sorry I had to interrupt that. It can't be helped. Some procedures are really complicated for foreigners. Even for us, actually. It is absolutely true. I went to the immigration office before that and was equally confused. Was it for your visa? Yes, I needed to get some technicalities sorted out. Well, yeah, temporary visitors are not allowed to have a job. I'm curious though, did you come here for the holiday? Not exactly. I initially came here to do some work for the sister art gallery of the main branch I'm employed to. Art gallery? Ah, come to think of it, I've not told you what I do. You're not a teacher? I'm an art dealer from New York. Oh, New York. Art dealers, people who buy and sell art for exhibitions and museums. An art dealer who ends up as a teacher for an art club. I have my reasons. Anyway, enough of the story. Now that you know I wasn't trying to hit on her. The other students should be coming soon. So Koga, could you help me set up the easels? Sure thing. Thank you, and Asami too. Why are you calling her by her first name? Because she isn't your girlfriend? That doesn't mean you call her by her first name. You're hitting on her after all. Koga is one to talk. He always tries to call me by my first name too. Using first names is common to Westerners. Very true. That's why I find I keep trying to tell myself the names I'm calling them right now are their like surnames. Is that what they call it? Their last names. Then why am I Koga? It's shorter and easier to remember. That's true, but no, I can't accept this. In the first place, calling someone by their given name on the first meeting is rude. But she didn't say I can't. You didn't even ask. If she didn't like it, she would have protested. Besides, her family name is too long to remember. Right, Asami? That's not an excuse. And Rome do as the Romans do. These two are strangely alike. Hearing them quarrel is like being caught between two annoying bubble birds. Oh, I wish Chiharu-san was here to shut them up. If she protests, I'll call her something else, of course. Well, Matsubayashi, say something. The two of them turned to me expectantly, and I knew I couldn't ignore them any longer. I know my family name is really long, but I don't feel comfortable with a stranger calling me by my first name. And knowing Koga, he'd make a big fuss if I said yes. I imagine him insistently calling me by my name, and that's one thing I really want to avoid. I'm sorry, Sensei, but I pray if you not. That can't be helped then. I have a wonderful alternative. How about Machan? Asami is good. I'd rather die than be called Machan. What? Matsubayashi, are you serious? Do you want to be called Ko-chan? No! But there are plenty of alternatives, aren't there? Like Matsu or something. I can't pronounce the two sound well, which is why Tatsuno is Nak-chan. You just said it, I heard it. Koga, it's fine, it's just a name. Especially since it's that or Mak-chan. Then I'll start calling you Asami too. Don't. That's unfair. You're not making any sense. Why not? If a stranger can, then what about someone who has been classmates with you for 3 years? You know, it doesn't work that way. Tell me how it works then. The junior started screaming in at this moment, cutting our conversation short. Good afternoon. Eh? Who's that foreigner? He's so hot. Is he the new teacher? But he doesn't look Japanese. Hello everyone, could you all take a seat? Almost everyone's here. I've got no time or energy to waste on this. I'm fine with whatever's easier for Sensei, but not you. You're Japanese. It's because I'm Japanese that I'm not gonna call you. It's because I'm Japanese that I'm gonna call you Asami. This guy, he'll be the death of me. If he insists on calling me by my first name, I'm gonna call you Ko-chan. What? That's the worst nickname ever. I'm fine with Shinichi. But this one anime I watched, the main character was named after that. Now that everyone is here, let me briefly introduce myself. I am Guillaume Matisse, an art dealer from New York. However, I'm working at a sister gallery here in Japan for a year. New York, that's the first time I've met someone from there. An art dealer, that's so cool. But why can't he speak Japanese? Was he born here? Everyone suddenly started getting interested. Well, it's not every day you see an American... Get an American for an art teacher, an American art dealer at that. As expected of an art club with connections to large exhibitions, should I say. Call me Guillaume if you want. Guillaume? Sorry, Guillaume if you want. But if it's too difficult to pronounce, just Sensei is fine. Your previous teacher, Tatsuno, is a family friend of mine. I believe that he has already told you that he needs to leave for a research project in Tibet. I will replace him during the year. He will be gone and look forward to teaching all of you here. Those are the basics. Any questions? Contrary to the buzz before, the club room was now silent by the time he finished his brief introduction. No one is saying anything. I guess everyone has burning questions but are too shy to ask. But that's to be expected. His tone is kind but firm, and pairing that with his height, it must be intimidating to the juniors. Maybe I should help them break the ice as their senior. Thinking so, I was about to put my hand up. I was about to put up my hand, but before I could do so, one of the girls piped up inquisitively. I have a question. Sensei's Japanese is good. Where did you learn it from? My mother is Japanese, and while it isn't perfect since I tend to forget words occasionally, I can speak at conversational levels. Eh? He's a half. He has green eyes, so I thought he was a complete Westerner. I tend to pick up on my Japanese in the year I am here, so if you catch me FOMO, do help me out. Yes. Any other questions? Sensei, you're half Japanese. What about the other half? My father is French, hence my name, but I am legally American. Seems like he is very culturally diverse. Any more questions? No? Alright then, I want to get started on telling you what I will be teaching for the year. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Club students nodded, and taking that as agreement, he continued. I have been looking at your pieces before you came, and it seems like many of you are very focused on using Japanese perspective in art. That's because Tatsuno Sensei is the most skilled in that, so we simply learned it from him. That's all. That is what I would change in the year that I'll be here. Change it? What's wrong with Japanese people using Japanese perspectives? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Culturally, perspective in art is one of the things that make art beautiful. However, by being completely taken with expressing art in a single way, you're forgetting about the world. At this, the classroom went abuzz. Sensei, what do you mean by that? Japanese see art as beauty and art as the meaning of beauty. But in reality, while some are just there to be beautified, not all art has to be beautiful, and not all art has to have meaning. Wow, that really makes sense. I, for one, don't think Picasso's art is beautiful at all. Exactly, in Picasso's own words, art is a lie that makes us realize the truth. Art is used for a variety of purposes, and very often you would see its main purpose is to not beautify. I have a question. I have a question. What was the purpose of Picasso's art then? If you're talking about this abstract paintings he is known for, it's known as Cubism. Cubism has the purpose of adding a third dimension to the flat canvas that most artists adhere to. Then what about art not needing to have meaning? That would be how art is simply there to express. When a person creates art, they are expressing something: the sky, the mountain, a flower, a person, an idea. To others, it might be insignificant. Even the creator himself may think so, but is it still art? But isn't that the very foundation of wabi and sabi in Japanese art? Using mundane to signify beauty. Good point raised, but that is a different issue altogether. Wabi-sabi, with its roots in Zen Buddhism, is simply for finding natural objects fascinating or becoming attuned to changes in the natural world. It is a meditative form of art, rather than creative, and is different from expression. Whoa, Tatsuno-sensei never told us that. Tatsuno is a wonderful artist, so like any other accomplished one, he has his own views on art. Okay, but my artwork has been pretty much based on things in the natural world. I use so much of it for inspiration, so I don't really want to change the way I do art. I hesitate for a moment before raising my question. Does that mean we can't continue using motives from the natural world? Not at all, of course you can. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong to see beauty in something I don't see beauty in, but rather to show you that there are many other ways of looking at a single thing. Which is what Picasso was trying to do? Yes, very good. It can also be said that Cubism represents looking at things from different viewpoints, to know a single entity. In the same way, I would teach you all about different kinds of art, to widen your perspectives, to give you different viewpoints, and to teach you techniques that Tatsuno-sensei did not. To continue using them or not is up to you. If that's the case, then it should be fine. This view on art for expression is something I've never thought about up until now. In the library, just before art club, I thought that it would be meaningless if others didn't see what I was depicting in my Sakura piece. But maybe that's not the case. Even so, I still feel a little conflicted about using my Sakura sketches. Something feels off, but I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Love. You need love in your paintings. I feel like that's what it's all down to. She needs love in her paintings. I should probably ask him to take a look at my sketches later. Alright, that should be all for the introduction. If there are no more questions, let's get along for the year. For now, I want all of you to do a quick sketch of... Of what? Bye, Sensei. See you next week. Yes, goodbye. I'll bring the extra chairs to the classroom. Excuse me, had a burp. Koga-senpai, I'll help. Almost everyone has left, so I guess I could ask him now. I walked over to where Sensei was standing. Sensei, can I ask you for some advice? Anytime, what is it? It's about my gallery piece for the open house next week. Oh, yes, the open house. What do you have? I feel that my sketches of the Sakura are too lifeless to signify hope, and wouldn't have any meaning if the people looking at it didn't understand what it stood for. Ah, I see. First things first, remember what I said earlier on. To others it may be insignificant, but to the person who expressed something, it is still art. However, since your piece is meant to signify something because it's done according to the gallery theme, yes, some reworking may be needed. I thought so. After all, I'm only an amateur, so who am I to be talking about expression? And it's not necessarily the case. Of course, as an amateur, having good learning attitude and starting by copying is one way to learn. I did so. But that is an expression. Again, it depends on how you see it. Expression can be original, or it can be an altered form of something already existing. When an artist paints a picture of a river he saw, is that original or is that copied? If I say it's original, that's not true because it was not something the painter formed from his imagination. But then again, he recollected how he saw the river and produced it by himself, so it isn't completely copied either. And using something known to make something new is common in even non-visual arts like literature as well. I honestly don't know. You see, there are no straight answers in art. Yes, if you start from copying as you are now and continue experimenting, you eventually find your own method of expression. And that's your art. You should go a long way to find your own method of expression. Definitely, the things that I have said today and the things I will be teaching have all been learned through hard work. I see. Thank you. Not a problem. But of course, everything starts with hard work. I don't feel confident experimenting with new things, but it will be fascinating to learn about other kinds of art and technique. I was a little worried about having a new teacher, but now it seems that I'll be able to learn more than I thought I could. I'm looking forward to his lessons. By the way, Sami, is that a more or less finalized idea? I think so, but I may change it over the week. That's fine, but it will be a painting, right? Yes? Alright, then I'll set your piece to flank Shimoto's... Wait, what? I'll set your piece to flank Shimada's model for the gallery plan. Huh? But didn't Koga already create a gallery plan last week? About that, Koga was asked by Tetsuno-sensei to create a gallery plan. I saw, but it isn't very organized and aesthetically balanced, so I'll change it. But it's the last thing that Tetsuno-sensei wanted Koga to do, and Koga seemed pretty eager about it. Isn't it bad just to change it without telling him? Sensei, how about letting Koga know first? Know what? That was a long walk with those chairs. Koga, perfect timing. You did the gallery plan for the open house, didn't you? Yeah, and she helped. Is there something wrong with it? I'd like to change some parts of it. Was my plan a bad one? I thought it was pretty organized. Well, for one, I understand that Tetsuno didn't want to have any main piece this year, but after looking at the creations, I've decided that we should have one. Really? Whose will it be? Kino's model. Given its size, it will catch the attention of visitors first, so it should be right in the center of the room. Kino, as in Kinoshita, he sure likes shortening our names. I walked over to the trolley to organize the paintbrushes while Koga and Sensei began discussing the gallery plan. But that means it's sticking out of nowhere in the room. Having a big model as the main would only look nice if there were a few smaller ones, which is why we have to set smaller sculptures near it while we mount the paintings up on the walls. This way it will better balance out your original plan. Wouldn't that look really crowded though? We can use a space outside the art room as well, you know. That I know, but to prevent breakage of the pieces, we will not display any of them outside the room. What? Not even the paintings? They would look like posters rather than paintings if left out like that, and that would be too pitiful. I hope you accounted for walking space. This room isn't very big. Don't worry, I got a good grasp of the space in the room when I came in earlier. If you say so, trust me, my experience with galleries isn't based on nothing. I have to admit that what you said does make sense, but maybe we shouldn't put all the focus on the large model. What do you suggest then? We'll have smaller models all around the room rather than in the center, and we move Kinoshita's piece to the right. That's one idea, but Kino's piece will cast a shadow on the others in that case. Alright, how about this area then? It still stands out, but it's facing the window. This one is good. Hearing that they had come to a consensus, I glanced at them and Koga was smiling smudgely. These two seem to have a lot of conflicting views, but maybe they work better together as a result. I have some experience with setting up exhibits too, you know. Judging from your gallery plan, I can tell. Koga has experience. I wonder if he did stuff like that in Badai. Hope I didn't mean to do that. And they decided on the setup in the room, but not the space outside. So what do we do with the space outside since we're not using it for display? I'll be using the space outside actually. Huh? What for? I thought that just having an art display might be a little too plain for an open house, so I'm thinking of holding an event. That actually sounds fun. We didn't do anything like that in the past year. But what should we do? Our clubs usually don't have much to show apart from their pieces. Setting up a food stall doesn't make much sense. We could hold a workshop session. With you leading it? Since I'm the teacher, yes, but the seniors could take turns as well. That isn't a problem, but what will the members do? The members could guide those who need help. Alright, but I prefer it if Gil leads the whole workshop session to prevent disorientation. Did Koga just call him Gil? That's fine by me. I'm used to giving mini lectures when I'm at work. He's not saying anything, he's totally ignoring it. Okay, that's settled then. The workshop should be around 30 to 40 minutes since the visitors would want to go to the other stalls. Alright, that is a good length. By the way, about Gil. Koga's gonna get it. Gil is going overboard. Way overboard. You can't just go around nicknaming teachers. That's just plain rude and disrespectful. It's a nice nickname. I like it. Oh really? I thought so too, but I actually did it to annoy you. Try harder next time. Sure, you'll get an upgrade soon. That did not just happen. I can't believe Koga just addressed the teacher using a nickname, and the teacher himself is totally okay with it. I don't understand the dynamics of the relationship. I foresee more conflict between these two in the days to come. I'm just wondering, when is this demo over? Demo is quite long. Wow. Because I don't want to like end it and then there was like only a little bit left. I left the house early to sketch one of the last remaining sakuras, so I thought I would only be 5 minutes ahead. But looks like I'm way too early again. I should have taken the normal train instead of the express one. I better check the timetables again next week. Good morning. Oh, Matsubayashi-san. Good morning. Every time I see him, he's at the computer. Don't tell me he came early today as well. I wonder how much work he took on for Ijiri. I'm really curious, but I shouldn't ask. Besides, if Ijiri pushed his work on Takahara because he didn't want to stay overtime, that must mean that both of them are handling quite a large number of work. The editorial department can get busy, but it seems like marketing isn't easy either. We're all adults, so I shouldn't do unnecessary things, but seeing someone get bullied like this doesn't sit well with me either. Matsubayashi-san, is there something on my face? No. Huh? I mean, you have been staring at me for a while, so... ask if you had breakfast. I was just wondering if you had breakfast today. Takahara smiled at my words, perhaps understanding the intent behind what seemed like a casual question. Thank you for your concern. I did have breakfast today. Really? That's good then. Sorry for making you worry. Not at all. I guess he understood what I was trying to ask. Well, if he's fine with it, I won't get myself involved. Okay. Let me take a look at my sketches again before Shiharu-san comes. This year's gallery theme is hard to work with. I thought Sakura signaling the new year as hope would be good, but with so little flowers left on this branch, it's not very hopeful at all. Besides, the flowers I sketched seem to be drooping and lifeless, and thanks to the rain that washed them off just when they were at the peak of their blossoming. Since I did say that I should rework them, but maybe I should not use Sakura after all. I wonder what other motives I can use. Spring birds. But I painted geese for autumn, so I don't want to do birds again. Children? I could do that at the sandbox where the neighborhood kids play, but that's kind of cheesy. Maybe when I get back home I can ask Mom what she thinks would pair off well with these sakura blossoms. Morning! As soon as I heard Shiharu-san's greeting, I quickly put my sketchbook in its file and looked up to face her. Good morning, Shiharu-san. Good morning, Made-san. Morning, both of you. Did I imagine it, or did Shiharu-san just frown briefly when she saw Takahara? Asami, let's get to work. We had to hurry with the first stars column so that you can get started on the open house brochures. Ah, yes. I guess it's not my place to bother, but it's unthinkable that someone like Takahara would get in trouble. Being anxious about my gallery pieces making me oversensitive about other things. I'd better take my mind off it and concentrate on work. Sorry to have kept you over time again, Sami, but with this we'll be ready to send over the open house brochures. Not at all, I'm glad we finished it for the week. I really appreciate it. This time of the year can't be worse than the closing year rush, but it's tiring enough on its own. Did you pass me all those files on your tables? Yes, here. Shiharu took the files from me and looked through the titles. First Star, Prince L's Blog, Gendeki Boys. Alright, that's all. You better go. Alright then, I'll take my leave for the day. What about you, Shiharu-san? I'll be leaving as soon as I send this email to Mako. Or Mako, who knows. Okay, good night and take care. Thank you. I'm expecting good work from you next week. I'll do my best. As I picked up my bag, I glanced over to the marketing department. Oh, there's no one at the marketing department. They must have all left. I guess that means Takahara finished work as well. Good for him. Or so I thought, right? Oh, never mind. He actually finished work. Mom, thanks for dinner. The fried tofu was great. I'm glad to hear that. It almost went soggy with all the waiting. Sorry, we have lots of things to clear up for the week. Well, that is working like for you. You're just getting a taste. That's kind of exciting but daunting at the same time. How's your back and ankle? My ankle is getting better, but my back feels a little stiff every now and then, but it will heal. Of course it will. Why wouldn't it? The backrest is handy, I hope. The back rest is good, but as you age, things mend slower, you know? That just means more nice dinners for me. Cheeky girl. I'm just praising you. I'll be staying here to work on my piece for the gallery. You go on and rest. Alright, don't stay up too late. I won't. Now to get started on my piece. Mom said that an arrangement of flowers might be nice, but I'm not familiar with that. Let me rework what I did in the morning. Wait, where's my sketch? I left it. I left it behind. I must have accidentally put this file with my sketch underneath the stack. I'm just gonna save it here. I don't know if there's anything more after this. I really have no idea where the demo is gonna end, because it feels awfully long, and I feel like it might end with Yuyi? Yuyu? What the hell? Yuya. I feel like it's gonna end with him. Oh, everybody's at 10%. Cute. He's so cute. But yeah, I feel like it's probably gonna end around his section for chapter 2. I mean, chapter 1 was quite long as well, so I'm assuming maybe chapter 2 is gonna be the same length. Who knows? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.